everybody, Marcus C. Williams here. If you haven't heard, there is a new continuing resolution that is going to continue paying for the federal government for another couple months. Guess what? It is 1,500 pages long. 1,547, excuse me, right? 1,547 pages long, and it's just got dropped on the desk today of people in the House of Representatives. They're supposed to vote on it tonight. This is insane. But this happens every single year. They stack it full of all this extra bloat and governmental spending waste, and they want everybody to vote on it all of a sudden to push it out there. Guess what else is in there? 40% raise for people that are in Congress. A 40% raise. You guys, have you gotten a 40% raise in your check? Have you got a 40% reduction in your taxes? Come on now. How do they get a 40% raise? How do they hide it in this bill that's 1,500 pages long? And how do they do this right at the last minute before they're about to fly out for vacation? Somebody make this make sense to me. They are not doing the work of the American people. With all of the extra spending and bloat that's in this bill, most Americans would never say that this is something that is okay. Voting on something without being able to read it is not okay ever when you're supposed to be representing the constituents and the American people. This is unacceptable. I'm very glad that there are some people that are coming up and standing up and pushing back against this. Rand Paul being one of them, Marsha Blackburn, what's it called? Chip Roy, and some other people too, even though the other two are senators. But there are some people in the House that are standing up against it as well. But we see this as a very serious issue for our nation that continues. Do you know that we are 2 years behind on passing an actual budget for the United States of America? 2 years behind, and they keep increasing the debt ceiling, increasing the debt ceiling, increasing the debt ceiling. All that is auctioning away our future, and it's not okay. We need to rein in this government spending, and if people have a concern about the government shutting down, what does the federal government do for me anyway? Let's be honest. The only real things that I want the federal government to do at all is international military. I mean, look at what they're doing at the border right now. They're not even really doing that good, right? So can we be honest? What are the real true needs of the United States government on the federal level? And maybe we should just cut the bill down to these very specific things that we can all agree on that we need the government to do, because we don't need it to do 1,500 pages worth of stuff. Because it's all extras and add-ins. Little things that different people in like Chuck Schumer want in his own backyard to be done, not for the actual people. Okay, and I got a lot of personal issues because that's my state senator right there. Don't get me started on him. But if we want to restore our nation, if we want renewal in our nation, if we want revival of our nation, we need to make sure that we as the people are standing up and saying, we're not going for this nonsense anymore. No more kicking the can down the lane. You're going to have to get it done and get it done right the first time. Now, the Democrats are going to come out and say, oh, well, look at them trying to shut down the government. But the last continuing resolution that you did was only like 50-something pages. This one's 1,500 pages. You make that make sense to me. But we shouldn't be doing continuing resolutions anyway, because that tells me that for the last 2 years, ain't none of y'all been doing your job. And now you want a 40% raise, and you're complaining that, oh, well, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. You had 2 years to come up with a budget, and you haven't come up with a budget yet? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? You understand what I'm saying? And this is our problem with government. I'll catch you guys later. Remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Be blessed and be well.